I'm Lloyd from Bumstead Bicycles, and we just received a new bike that I wanted to take a few minutes and show everybody. It's from a company called AIMA, and this is their newest model, the Santa Monica. This one comes in the beautiful blue color. It's probably my favorite of the colors. It also comes in a kind of a off creamy white color and a black. I would call this kind of a transportation, kind of commuter, recreation bike. Something that they've done different on this than a lot of companies. Most bikes have what I would call a more traditional size tire. So width-wise about 2 to 2.2 width. Or you go to the other extreme of a fat tire, a 4-inch. This they did in a 3-inch. You'll notice it's kind of in between the two. With this rim, you could also go narrower if you need to. Not much room to go much wider, but the whole point of this bike is you don't want the 4-inch tire. Only comes in a step-through frame. Again, 3 colors. Let's just start. I'll just give you a quick rundown of the spec. It is a 750 watt motor, so you've got tons of power. It comes out of the box as a class 2, which means that it has a max of 20 miles per hour. You can change it to a class 3, which is a max of 28 miles an hour. Electronics is from Bumstead, again, well known, good quality. Everything now is UL listed. They even have a sticker, so you don't have to worry about some of these companies, batteries catching on fire problems. These guys have been certified on all of their products. So again, good quality electronics, beautiful color screen. Dual controls on this, and I kind of like this. In the past, everything was on one little touchpad. They have split this one up. So on the left-hand side, you have a power button and you have your different levels for up and down for pedal assist. On the right-hand side, then you have a horn, you have your lights, and not my favorite thing in the world, but this bike has turn signals, as you can see. Don't know the real benefit of turn signals. I do love the brake light. To me, that's definitely beneficial. Somebody following behind you, brake lights work awesome. I've run into people over the years that don't let me know they're stopping. So I showed the lights. Headlight on this, bright. I'm not sure how many lumens, I apologize, but here in the shop, considerably brighter than most of our other lights. Also, just when the power's on, it has a running light, so there's always something on as long as the bike is turned on. Again, front and rear lights. Just nice light system for, especially if you're commuting or wanting to do some night riding. But I like that they split the controls from both sides. Kind of a little unique feature. So there's the electronics of the bike. The main advantage I see to the 750 watt motor, get a lot of riders that maybe they live somewhere that's really hilly, and a 350, 500 watts, just not enough power. I have heavier riders that are over 250 pounds. They get on the hills, same thing, that the bike just seems underpowered for them. So if you don't fall into those categories, the extra power is there if you need it. I don't see it as for a top speed thing. It's more just the power for hills, heavier riders. Maybe as a mom, you're towing a trailer with a couple of kids in it. It's hilly where you live, that extra power will come in handy. The next features on this bike, besides the wider tires of just the bike in general, it does come with a wider, more of what I call a cruiser seat. A lot of companies, a narrower saddle, you gotta pay extra to upgrade the seat. Color matching grips, kind of a faux leather, very comfortable. Big one here, more of a swept back bar and an adjustable stem. So you can see kind of the hash marks here. There's a bolt under here. You can loosen that and physically move the handlebar and stem to where it's the most comfortable for you. Great feature on this bike. Front shocks, same thing. You know, all our roads anymore, lots of potholes. you know, maybe you're riding on a dirt road. The wider tire will ride pretty easy on a dirt road. That front shock, again, just makes it more comfortable. They didn't skimp on shifting. Rear derailleurs, the Shimano Altus. Everybody hears the word Shimano and thinks, oh, good quality. Well, Shimano even makes some of the cheapest of the cheap. They make a tourney derailleur it works, but not very good quality. This higher end Shimano rear derailleur. Another feature a lot of bikes don't have right now, the sensor for your pedal assist. They use the better quality torque sensor. A lot of companies, not much to see there, but there's two types. There's a torque sensor or there's just a cadence. Cadence means it senses that you're pedaling and accelerates. This, it measures how hard you're pedaling, makes for a little more progressive acceleration. Much better for most customers would be the torque sensor. And again, a lot of companies are skimping on that because the torque sensor costs more to produce than a cadence sensor does. Again, high quality shifter from Shimano, high quality Tektro disc brakes. These guys even put, the larger diameter this rotor is, the more stopping power you're gonna have. A lot of companies will use 160 millimeter, maybe 180. They put a 203 millimeter rotor. It doesn't heat up as much and has more stopping power than the smaller ones. Again, all attention to detail. Comes with fenders. They don't charge you extra for fenders. Just an all around good package. I'm very impressed by this bike. They've got a couple of fat tire bikes so far. This is their first in a more traditional wheel size. I think it's gonna be a top seller here in our shop. Battery is hidden in the frame. Comes out the bottom. It's locked in. Turn a key, hit this little button, battery drops out. 15, if I'm not mistaken, 15 amp hours. This bike will go 25 to 40 miles on a charge. Beautiful welds on the frame, mounts for a rear rack, also mounts on the front in case you want to put a front basket. There's a way to bolt to that. They just thought of everything on this bike. Again, check out the welds, all sanded and grinded smooth. Just a beautiful all-around bicycle. They're signing up dealers all across the US. You know, if you've listened to any of my other videos, I highly recommend getting a bike through a bike shop. So if you're not in Southern California and can't come by our shop, look them up. They have a website and a dealer locator. Again, here in our shop, I think this is gonna be one of our best sellers. Do your research, see if you can find a bike shop that has it. They do sell online, but their big push is to be in dealers across the US, which I highly recommend. Check them out. Thanks for listening. And if you're in the neighborhood of Southern California, come in and see us. Love to let you take one for a test ride. And we've got both in stock, and then maybe I'll give you a little more of my personal opinion. But a lot of times that will depend on your input and what you're doing with the bike as to which I would think is the right bike. Because it's going to depend on you more than it is which bike is better. It depends on you.